Hey, Cesc and Julian here at Coffee and Talking. Today we're going to talk about the PPL.
Today we're having coffee at the Padel Club.
Yeah, with a little bit of gossip.
I like it.
Well. The PPL is coming to Miami, everyone. June 19th to the 22nd. And it's coming, making a big boom, explosion, changing, so many changes, so many new things happening. Super excited.
So let's talk about that, the changes, right?
Yes.
So everybody knows the PPL. Last year they did it at the Ultra. It was open. It was okay. It was good, a good start, I think. Then we went to New York.
Yes.
Big difference. Once it got acquired, big difference. It was a great event. It was top notch. It felt like a premiere. Closed environment, which I think was ideal. I mean, you really needed that. I remember last year it was outside. I mean, the heat was killer. And last time they had 2 weeks, it was too much. This year, I think they have more franchises. It's an enclosed environment. It is professional, and it is done really well. I'm going to talk about that today.
And let's rewind a little bit. I mean, not only that, but from the structural point of view, it has changed dramatically. The new ownership changed completely. Mike Dorfman from New York purchased, I believe, 80% of the PPL. So he's an amazing businessman. He has the business mentality.
And he raised $10 million.
He raised $10 million. And he's coming with a big changes, a very positive changes for the PPL that it was needed. I think for the past couple of years, it was a learning process.
Yeah, for sure.
Making mistakes here and there and readjusting and restructuring the whole structure. So we're going to talk about the exciting changes that are coming to the PPL. So one thing it's, like you said, they're going indoors here in Miami. You have to do it in June, definitely.
And you don't have to worry about rain.
Yes.
It's an enclosed environment. The lights are perfect. The audio is perfect. The videos, everything's going to be perfect. It's going to be like the premiere.
Yes.
It's just like New York. They did New York. I was amazed.
Yeah.
I was totally amazed there.
And let's talk about the now they're running this as a real business. And they just hire, Mike Dorfman hire two incredible leading figures. Brian Flynn, this guy has a background on the sports business aspect, which is one of a kind, literally.
They're in the sports industry for many years, over decades and decades. And same thing with Diane, go to a lot of experience in basketball, in the sports industry.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of the PPL needed.
Yeah.
They needed some people that had that experience that knows where to take it to the next level.
I mean, it's Brian has over 25 years in the NBA and WWE on the sports entertainment. He's been a sports entertainment executive for so many decades. I mean, it's just fantastic. He's going to be the new he's already the new COO. And Diane Gotua, he's the Chief Commercial Officer, also with a huge background. She was on sports, she was the VP and head of global business operations and strategy also from the NBA, which is going to be very similar to the structure that they're trying to do, with the PPL.
And I think that's pretty smart. I think part of the reason they're able to raise funds is to be able to acquire these professionals. They're going to help the PPL achieve their next goal.
But you need those leading figures with knowledge on the sports entertainment, because at the end of the day, what's the PPL? The PPL it's an entertainment.
Yeah.
Like NBA, like MLS,
of course, definitely.
It's so people wants to go to watch the PPL. To be entertained, and they're bringing that extra recipe for success.
They're bringing experience.
Yeah.
How to execute this the right way here in the USA.
Yeah,
for sure.
And why don't we start first with the big changes of where? First of all, they changed the structure from a whole week down to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is, I think, it's a brilliant move.
Yeah, of course. Definitely.
Because
last year was 2 weeks, man. It was killer.
First, it was
too much.
Well, here in Miami, it was 2 weeks. I mean, players got tired. I mean, the mates, people got so many complaints.
The attendance compared to their last year and to the one in New York was like 9 days.
9 and 8.
You know, it was night and day. And you commentated there.
Yes.
I gotta say, you did a good job. You did a good job.
I was the MC and the one in New York, but they went from last year a 2-week event, which the second week nobody went there because who wants to watch the same players for 2 weeks on the road? I mean, you know,
It was too long. It was
too long.
Yeah.
Then they changed it to 1 week. New York was 1 week.
Yep.
Remember, they started on, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. They went all the way through Sunday.
And it was still kind of long, right? At the beginning, not that many people were there.
The first couple of days, man, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday,
family, maybe
Thursday, you know, maybe Thursday night, people would start going there. And the weekend was pretty good. So now the structure is completely different. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is that's a great move. I mean, congrats to the PPL and Brian and Diane and Mike to make this very strategic, you know, change.
So let's talk about the schedule. So there's 4 events and then the finals. Right?
So they're going to be actually 5. Yeah, the 4 events and the finals. So the 4 events, Miami, June 19th to the 22nd. Then this is kind of tricky.
Yeah, it's first year for this.
First year for this one.
Like it.
It's exciting.
Man. They're kind of penetrating into other areas.
Yeah,
here,
we're jumping the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, and we're going to San Sebastian, Spain. Next week, we're having here Mike Dorfman, the CEO. This is an exciting and intriguing move.
Yeah.
Going to the cradle of paddle, the world paddle.
And we're going to talk to him and hear everything he has to say in the podcast. So I have a lot of questions for him.
That's going to be very interesting what's going to happen there. That's going to on July the 10th to the 13th. Then we move to August 14th to the 17th. Which is they keeping it, you know, a short, compact event. I think that's a great idea. This is going to the land of the tacos and the mariachis.
That's right. Still within the same continent.
Same continent.
Spain is only one that's out of this continent, you know, and I think it's a great idea. I mean, I really want to see what that you know the goal is to doing it in Spain. I know they're gonna get a lot of. A good audience there for sure.
Oh yeah, interested people watching.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's a test to see how that is. Maybe to compensate for some of the areas here in the USA that maybe they don't get that much audience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they're going to the land of the Exxon Cup, so it's similar for.
But no, you're going to the land that's what they play paddle.
Yeah.
So you make that's going to get filled up.
Yeah. For sure, because most of the paddle players are from Spain or Argentina, so everybody knows them in Spain. Right. So now, August 14 to 17, we're moving to Guadalajara, Mexico, baby.
Yeah.
So I think it's another cradle of paddle. I mean, Mexico is really big in paddle.
It's so smart. I think these are smart moves. Really smart moves.
Smart moves. Guadalajara is such a beautiful city. Amazing food. It's gonna be exciting, man.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. We gotta go. I mean, it's gonna be exciting.
All right. So next is the Hamptons, baby.
The Hamptons.
That's gonna be awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's we're definitely going to that one too, for sure. You know, that's in September, August 30th to the 1st of September. That one, that's gonna be high end. That's gonna be top notch. You know?
Yeah, but this one they name it the All Stars PPL. So what does that mean exactly?
Yeah. So that's not part of the tournament. Right? That's just an All Stars.
I have no idea.
All right, so we're gonna talk to him on Tuesday and get that squared away. But it seems like All Stars. I remember. I think we did an All Stars, or this may not be in a part of the competition. Maybe it's just an All Stars. But I can only assume it's going to be a great event because it's in the Hamptons. And I understand it in the Hamptons because they want that entertainment. So it's going to be more a more shift of more entertainment than the actual, you know, a competition, I think. Whereas the other ones are going to be more obviously competition.
Let me tell you that the wave of paddle has arrived into the Hamptons in this past year.
Oh my God, definitely. Oof.
It's more and more clubs and more private homes in the Hamptons.
Private homes. I mean, they're all converting over to paddle.
Everybody's taking away the tennis courts and putting paddle. It's just crazy what's happening with paddle in the Hamptons. And I think that's a great move to expose paddle to the who is who in the financial world. I mean,
affluent people. Get the people who have access to raise funds, who have money, that can help support, paddle.
Yeah, that's a great move. We still don't know what it is, where it's going to be exactly in the Hamptons. It's small, but we'll give you all those juicy details coming soon. And then we're moving into what?
The finals.
The finals.
So that's going to be in New York. Great place. I don't know exactly where it is, but I can only assume, again, it's going to be in the same place it
In
did last
Brooklyn.
year.
Yeah.
That's in October 16th through the 19th. So
Yeah.
great events. I mean, it's great for me because I'm in New England and in Florida, so I cover at least 3 of these events.
Yeah.
You know, and we could do Mexico too. You know,
It's
Spain.
interesting to know. I mean, if you think about it, you know, these times they're staying on the East Coast. You know, they're going Miami, and then the Hamptons and New York. So they're doing Miami and New York. Why not the West Coast?
Next year.
Yeah,
I'm
next
sure.
year, and then the
baby steps. Steps.
Then they jump into Spain and Mexico, which I think those moves are going to be smart to expose the PPL to the rest of the world.
I think those 2 moves are made to. They're gonna get a bigger audience in both those places.
Yeah, for sure.
Where they can raise that revenue. I mean, I think it's a really smart move.
Yeah.
Let's see how it works.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to talk to him after the season. You know, and see how that worked out, how the plan. But it's smart.
Yeah.
I think it's wicked smart. Okay, so let's talk about where here in Miami the tournament's gonna be. Because last year was at a club. This year is at the Wayfair Arena. We were there. Great place, high ceilings, again indoors, a lot of AC, controlled environment. I mean, I think it's really smart what they're doing. And there's a media company right there, and so they have access to everything that they need. I mean, it's gonna be, I think, an excellent event, a good change. You know, good change.
I mean, we were there, but they show us the place. It's absolutely fantastic.
Amazing.
That place.
Yeah. Oof.
The media pro group, it's right there. So the setup for them, it's
Easy.
It's easy.
Easy.
And it's, you know, they have parking. They have the whole structure set up. You know what I mean? It's in Medley, which is right next to Doral. There's a huge paddle population there.
Yeah.
It's easy to get there. So I think that's going to be a home run for that.
Yeah. And I think this year it's gonna be pretty packed. I bet you they're gonna sell out soon.
Yeah.
I you know, the way they're setting it up, where they're putting, what location they're putting in. I think this is gonna be a great event.
I mean, let's talk a little bit about the grass movement they're doing. I mean, they're really, and they're copying this from what the Premier did, the Premier Paddle Tournament did here. They're reaching out to every single club in the Miami area, which I think is a fantastic idea. And they're giving away tickets, but they're making each club to give away tickets in a very specific way. It's not just we'll give you some tickets and you can do whatever. Every time all the clubs that run weekly tournaments, and they're using those tickets as a prizes for the tournaments. So they get people more exciting because now they're promoting the tournaments. They're giving away those PPL prizes, tickets, and I think it's a smart way to do it.
And they're going to paddle players.
Yeah, and they're going to paddle players.
Who really enjoy playing paddle and they'll enjoy watching it. So I mean, it's a great move. Okay, so let's talk about the event and when it starts, and how many games per day. You know what the schedule is.
Yeah, so we know that it's going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thursday, it's sort of the start of the weekend, but they did something smart. They're only starting in the afternoon. So the first match is going to be Thursday at 6 p.m. The doors open at 5, and the first, which I think is another great move, the first match is going to be Miami Paddle Club versus Toronto Polar Bears, followed by the second match, Las Vegas Smash versus Cancun Waves. I think that move is fantastic.
Of course, because last year's during the week, during the day, and I mean, people are working. Who's gonna go? You know, plus it's so hot. So after hours, you know, I think you have a better chance of getting people there.
Yeah.
You know, so I assume that's how it is. So Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday and Sundays.
No, Friday's a little bit different.
Okay.
Friday they have 2 time slots: 11 a.m.
It's 11 a.m.
11 a.m. New York Atlantic's playing LA Beats, followed by the next match. I think it's going to be at follow right after. So it's going to be 2-3 o'clock probably. It's Houston Volt versus San Diego Rays, and then the second time slot it's at 6 p.m.
Okay.
on Friday.
So maybe they're thinking people might skip work if they really want to on a Friday.
Yeah,
that 11 o'clock's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but they're giving a lot of tickets, so people they get people to go on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what they're pushing, right?
The Friday afternoon, 6 o'clock, I think is going to be easy to fill out. But the morning one is going to be a tough one. 11 in the morning. But it happens to all. Tennis tournaments.
There's too many games.
Yeah, if you go to the Miami Open tennis tournament, you go early in the morning. There's very few people, so that match is gonna be interesting. Then we're moving into Saturday.
Yep.
Saturday same time slot. It's 11 a.m. You got four teams, so two matches. On Saturday, Houston Bulls versus Las Vegas Smash, followed by San Diego Stingrays and Florida Goats. And then at 6 p.m., we have New York Atlantics versus Miami Paddle Club. That's going to be a great match.
Yeah.
And LA Beats, followed by LA Beats and Arkansas Matrix. Fantastic. You know what I mean? And then Sunday, we have the finals for the third and fourth match. Yeah. And then the finals. The finals. Yeah.
Okay.
The interesting thing will be that we're not able to. One thing that is always the men's match and women's match and the mix. You know what I mean? The Hexagon does it a little bit different with the next gen.
So do you know if they changed that or if that's
I'm not sure. I don't.
So we got to talk to.
Yeah, we got to talk to Mike about it because that was the only one that. The mix, it wasn't really.
Yeah, I mean, it works, but I just don't think the professional players are accustomed to that.
Yeah.
That's all. So it may take some them to get accustomed to it, or they may make some changes. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's talk about the franchises. There's 10 of them. I think when they first started, I think there were 6 or 4. I mean, it's incredible. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about the one that's here, Miami Paddle Club. And their teams. They have Tapia, it's unbelievable, #1 in the world.
But
Castillo.
Yeah, but let's talk about the changes. There were some big moves. Ari Sanchez and John Sanz last year they played for Miami.
Yeah.
Now they moved to New York Atlantics.
Yeah.
And Fede Chincoto played for New York, and now it's moving to Miami.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have Chincoto Tapia playing together. That's gonna be super exciting.
It's gonna be like the franchises here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where they're selling or they're moving, as they are, which is great. The US, the Americans here are accustomed to that, which I think is going to help with battle here in the USA. So again, Tapia, you got Jessica Castillo, Virginia, what is that, Riera?
Yeah. Edu Alonso.
Wow, great player.
And Marta Talaban, she's still playing. It will be interesting to find out how much was the selling? I mean, how does it work in paddle? How much? Okay, I want to buy Tapia or I want to buy Chingoto. How much is gonna?
I think
is that like a professional, soccer player or basketball player?
They have agents, stuff like that. I believe it'll get more sophisticated as it grows. But at the end of the day, I think these franchise owners are investing. Right now, it is pure investing right now for the next few years.
Yeah.
But this is going to grow. This has already grown from the beginning. Remember the first year? I mean, the first year you didn't have these pros. We had the local players, man, here in the USA. I mean, believe me, it is growing. So this is a long-term investment here for these franchise owners. Okay, let's do Flow Rider Goats.
So let's talk about Miami Paddle Club. Won last year when they play at Ultra.
Yeah.
Florida won the Cities Cup, which I think it was fantastic. And we have some of these players that are returning playing for the Florida Goats, which is the what is it? The sing. What is it?
Daddy Yankee?
Daddy Yankee. I would think Sugar Daddy. I know it's Daddy Yankee.
Come on, man. Who can remember Daddy Yankee, buddy? Come on.
Gemma Trai and Delphi Brea, they're playing together. Actually, they literally just won the Italian Premier Paddle. They won it Sunday. Yeah. So I think that's incredible. And they're playing so strong. And Delphi's 4 in the world. And Gemma, I think, is going to be 1.
Yeah. They make a great team.
Martin De Neno. The one that I haven't seen, Martin De Neno last year at the Cities Cup played with Stupa.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And they played together before.
They played together. So but I didn't see anything or Stupa coming back for the Florida. goats, but they have Leandro Ausberger,
yeah.
you
It's
know,
a monster, bro.
the monster smash there playing for the Flow Rider. That's a new player. And also they have Aranza, the Viking Osoro, coming back also for the Flow Rider
She
Goats.
played amazing in New York, man.
Yes.
She was on fire.
She was
Man,
incredible.
wow.
She was the one who gave him the
Yeah,
title,
100%,
pretty much.
Definitely,
Yeah.
100%.
So for Las Vegas Smash, we have Martita Ortega coming back. Sofia Araujo from Portugal.
Yeah, new this year, huh?
She's new.
Right.
Alejandro Arroyo, also a young upcoming incredible paddle player, huge monster smash. New player coming from Las Vegas Smash. Alejandra Alonso, she's coming back. Javi Barahona. Did he play for Las Vegas last year or not? I think he played. No, I think he played for the Toronto Polar Bears.
Yeah, he did.
So that was a big move. I mean, Javi's almost from Miami. He spends more time in Miami than, you know.
His girlfriend's here.
Sabrina's here. So
nice couple.
Yes.
Great guy.
So, and Inigo Joffre also coming back to Las Vegas Smash. Then San Diego Stingrays, new player Lucas Bergamini.
Yep.
You know, the Brazilian, also known as the Brazilian Chingoto, baby.
Yeah, he plays with the Paquito.
He's playing now with Paquito. Actually, they're doing always, you know, every tournament they play, they always make it to the semifinals.
They're getting closer and closer.
They're getting this close. Lucia Sainz also coming back. Vero Virceda also playing for them. Maxi Sanchez, the legendary Maxi Sanchez. Last year I think he was the coach. I don't know if this year is going to be playing or not. He hasn't been playing, so I think he's almost retired. If not, he hasn't retired. Claudia Jensen, incredible paddle player. Alex Chosas. Last year he played for. He didn't play for San Diego. He played for somebody else. But I don't remember. Unbelievable player too. And Brittany, she's Brittany representing
from
Miami, baby. Brittany's back into the San Diego Stingrays. Yes. That's good. New York Atlantics, Andrea Austero, incredible young upcoming superstar. Juan Tello, that's a new one.
Yeah.
El Gato Tello, he's coming back. Javi Machine Gun Garrido.
And guess who he's supposedly teaming up with? Tolito.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You got some gossip?
I got the gossip. I mean, I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but I've been seeing it everywhere, man.
Spicy, baby.
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
So and Tolito split up. So
my God, that's gonna be interesting.
It is. I want to see how that works. You know.
Yeah. Tamara Ricardo, she also played last year for New York Atlantic, and Lucas Campagnolo. Juan Tello and Gaby Garrido playing together, probably.
Yeah,
those two.
I think so.
Or Lucas Campagnolo. That's going to be
could be
a couple to look after. I mean, that's going to be interesting. Same thing as Chingoto and Tapia.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Yeah. The Arkansas Matrix, Patty Jaguno, she played last year. Beatriz Caldera and Araceli Martinez. We don't have any more updates on those teams. Some of the teams are not posting their players.
Right.
They're finalizing they're keeping it secret, or they're finalizing their signings. Cancun Waves, Mariana Lobo and Alex Ruiz.
Yeah.
He didn't play last year, right? No, he didn't.
No, I don't think he does.
He's
new to this.
That's a player that we love watching him play. I mean, he is incredible as a left-hander.
Yeah.
He's so skilled. He hasn't got the results this past season.
You know, sometimes it's just the right partner.
Yeah.
You know, it's just getting that right partner. I mean, it's so key because you are a team. You're not an individual there. You know what I'm saying? So I think once he lands the right partner, he's going to have much success for sure.
Then we have the LA Beats. They're not divulging their players, but we know that Tolito's coming back for them.
Favorite player,
I
baby. Think most people's favorite player. He's entertaining.
I know.
He's great.
Yeah. Some people are crazy enough to put tattoos like.
No. Well, he's secondary.
You got to see he put a tattoo. I mean, it's incredible.
All right. We could have a whole coffee and talk. Yeah.
Then we have Barbara Laceras, also new. Houston Vaults is bringing Lorena Rufo. And then Toronto Polar Bears are bringing Tincho Fernandez and Marina Guinar. She also played last year. So Super exciting. We're gonna keep posting news about new players. This coming week is gonna be exciting. A lot of PPL moving pieces everywhere here and there.
Look, guys, it's always hard to see these pros play. You know, it's a good opportunity to see without having to go to Europe or South America to see these professionals play. It's going to be a great event. Prices are very fair.
Yeah.
Very, very fair. I mean,
I think it's like $10 on Thursday and Friday. They're giving they're pretty much $10.
Jesus, I mean, you spend more money on a coffee. Man,
yes.
than
I mean, I don't know if it was a limited sale, but I saw it on Instagram about $10 per ticket. I mean, it's.
But you could get your tickets again, winning some things or getting them through the clubs. I mean, just get out there. I mean, support the paddle and get to see your favorite players play. It's very exciting, and it's going to be an excellent event. So I hope see you guys out there.